As a child, your imagination is your mightiest gift. With my dad being a truck driver, he was gone a lot. It's around this time my imagination had its way. There he was on the TV screen, but nothing would compare to holding him in my hands. In 1984, after a great presentation of mock-up figures, Kenner was awarded the toy license to produce action figures for DC Comics characters. Kenner developed action for each character. When a figure's arms or legs were squeezed, their superpower would be engaged, thus naming the line Superpowers. The Power Action Punch was one of the first conceived for the line, giving the two most popular figures this action. With artwork based on Jose Luis Garcia Lopez classic DC style guides, attention-grabbing effects, the allure of free stuff, quick facts about his powers, weaknesses, enemies, and secret identity, compounded by the hope of one day collecting them all. The packaging was perfectly executed. The figure lived up to its packaging's boastfulness. Included with a mini-comic that later releases did not have, the action figure embodied the Man of Steel himself. There was no denying this was Superman. If the sight of this didn't tempt you enough, Saturday mornings and the advertisements that followed were sure to make you fall.
Coming from the farthest reaches of the universe to challenge the worst villains on Earth are the most powerful heroes ever in the Battle of the Superpowers Collection. Superpowers figures with power action, each sold separately.
There's no power to build. Squeeze them, they've got power action like Superman and Batman. Here comes Hawkman. Watch out for Brainiac's power action. And each comes with a mini comic.
The Superpowers Collection, Superman, Batman, Brainiac, Hawkman, and other figures with power action, each sold separately, new from Kenner.
Superman is a beautiful work of art in the box, but doesn't lose any of its beauty out of it. Classic red and blue colors with yellow accents give him an all-American look. His removable cape is the only accessory he comes with, but it is the best accessory of them all. Just be careful when getting it wet, as moisture is known to wear the yellow symbol off. Although he still looks cool without the cape, make sure to put it back on before you lose it. Now for his points of articulation. His head swivels left to right, his arms move up and down, his legs move back and forth, and his knees bend. Moving his arms up and down manually will, over time, ruin his power action punch. Also, with time and or handling, the blue plastic starts to turn a little darker and kind of green, as his other Superman has. Another classic action figure from around the same time with blue plastic had the same problem. Cobra Commander. Let's try Superman's power action punch! Superman's alter ego, Clark Kent, was offered as a mail-away and later was going to be sold in stores, as was a gold Superman and a plush doll. Unfortunately, the Superpowers line was canceled.
One of my most vivid memories I have as a child is snatching Superman from my older brother's hand,
And I told my brother,
screaming, You won't let me play, huh? And smashing Superman on our living room floor. As my brother's tears fell and my father's belt rose, ready to strike, I was mesmerized by all the little gears that once made him function. It's incredible to think of the hard work, the time spent, the ingenuity given to a child's toy. Not everyone is meant to be a doctor, an athlete, a toy designer. But this toy gave countless children the imagination, the hope that one day they could fly. I've remained a fan, influencing my private and sometimes very public life. Even Emily has dreamt of leaping over tall buildings. And to think, it all really started with one 4.5-inch action figure.
And you got little pieces like the leg right here.
Look, the head!